Hey, how are you doing?
People probably think I'm insane because I'm doing all this talking on
Yeah,
me.
I didn't know how to signal you. I was like, okay, I'm trying to
You
read
know what,
lips.
though? That is just what my channel is about. We be just having good old conversations, and so let me start this all over again because unless you can read lips, you heard me. So my name is C, if you don't know, and my channel is CLM Custom Designs. I have an Etsy shop as well as YouTube. It's all things crafting. I want everybody to go to my channel and subscribe if you have not already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I drop, which are weekly drops. And every 2 weeks, I have a wonderful interview with a brand new entrepreneur new to us so we can introduce her and get it started. So we've got the housekeeping out of the way. Carmella, please introduce yourself. How
Well,
was your
hello,
last night?
hello, everyone. My name is Carmella. I'm the founder and owner of C.A Publishing LLC, and I am a children's book author, and I write books depicting special needs children as superheroes. So, I had the love of writing ever since I was about 8 years old. I was always into poetry. I used to write little poems and stuff. And my mom actually is the one that inspired me to have the love of reading and also writing, because during the summer, why we did get a chance to play, but sometimes mom said, "Okay, before you play and do all that, I want you to read this book, and I want a book report when I get home from school, and
Oh,
you better have done it, because she'll read the book first, and then she'll give it to you, so she'll know if you're just messing around."
okay, no summer breaks. I like that. Mama, is she an educator?
No, but she was always big into education.
Okay.
So she wanted us to make sure that we had the same love of reading and writing and stuff. So she was a very big stickler of that.
Love it, love it. I work in the school system. I wish more parents were
Yeah.
like that. So applaud
Yes.
your mom. Okay, so you love this from way young, huh?
Oh
Love
yeah.
reading and writing. Okay,
Yes.
so did you know back then that this was going to be your thing, or how did it come about? Even though you love, the book reports and the reading, how did it actually turn from that into I'm gonna be an author?
Yeah. So um honestly, that wasn't my goal.
Oh,
Like I said, I started writing like when I was 8 years old, just on and off. And as I got older, the interest kind of like died out or whatever. So I actually went to school and pursued being a pharmacy technician. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I got married, and then I had my first son, which is Amir. And after Amir was born, he showed some signs of him, constantly getting sick. So as first time parents, we like, okay, what's going on? Like we new to this, so we didn't know that he would be as ill. And Amir was diagnosed with a disorder called WWOX gene mutation. And
okay.
it's a severe epilepsy syndrome that a lot of children don't survive past the age of 12. So can you imagine like being first time parents, getting that kind of news is like, whoa, like, and I tried to just take my mind off of it. So I actually initially started baking. So baking was my thing.
Okay.
I did cakes, anything, any little dessert, whatever. Um, I did. So that was a outlet for me to kind of take my mind off of, Amir being sick.
Sure,
And then
sure.
shortly after that, it was like I asked my husband, I said, "Man, I want to write a story." And we just casually talking. Then I asked my sister-in-law, my cousin-in-law, I said, "What y'all think about me writing?" And, we all laughed, like, okay. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just sleep on it. So I went to bed and I woke up. I said, I'm gonna write. So I texted my sister-in-law and I said, "What y'all think about y'all help me with a title of a series I want to write about Mir." So they said, "Okay, we think about it." I went to bed, Carla. The next day I woke up. I said, "I got it. Fearless, the amazing boy with special abilities."
You had the whole series all knocked out overnight.
Right. So
You wasn't
that right
playing.
there, I was not playing. So that right there, I was like, I know what my next positive outlet is gonna be, and that is to go ahead and restart that flame of writing.
Okay.
So
Before you go any further, I've
mhm.
got to show some of these comments because your family is seriously shouting you out, and I do not want them to think like, that's my cousin right there. Hey, fam. So we gonna get it all out in the open.
Yes, fam. Hey, fam.
Yes, your fam is shouting you out. Jarlene is like, I hope you
Yeah.
hopefully I said that right. She is shouting you out for sure.
Yes. Hey,
She done said it
girl.
so many times, so we gonna let her absolutely. Yep. That's your cousin right
Yes.
there. Give her all the props. Love it.
Love you, girl.
Ebony is saying hello in the chat.
That's
So
my sister-in-law. Hey,
oh, that's
boo.
your sister-in-law.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
okay.
my heart
Michael got
there.
some Michael saying some things over there. Beautiful
Yay.
cuz. All right,
Hey,
all right. So
cuz.
yes, we got people in the chat. So make sure you guys keep it live with us. Ask questions. We will be jumping in there. So
All
okay.
right.
So you decided first baking, which I completely understand because
Mm-hmm.
the first we want to do is eat our feelings when something
That's
ain't right.
right. That's
We
right.
want to eat, right? So
That's
I get the whole baking thing, but after a while that could be a little dangerous.
right.
So okay,
Yeah,
now we're
it
gonna go
is.
to now at the same time, are you still doing your pharmacy tech stuff? Or have you
No, so I stopped that. And
okay.
then I became a stay-at-home mom because like Amir just kept having a lot of issues,
Okay.
hospitalization. So it just wasn't, feasible for me to work at the
Okay.
time.
Makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
I stayed home with him till he was about 3 years old. And he was in a program. He went to a program called Babies Can't Wait. That's a beautiful program that they put babies in, like if they was hospitalized for a little while and they feel like they'll need a little bit more assistance. They let the children, they come to your house and they'll talk to you about the program. And of course, as a first time mom, and human, I didn't want to think that. I didn't want to think like, man, something's going to be wrong, going on with my baby. And I'm
Right.
like, Lord, it was just so hard for me to accept, but I did. And he was in the program for about 3 years, and they transitioned him out into a school called Oakland Meadow, and that school is wonderful. It's here in Gwinnett County. I
Okay.
serve on a school council. It's a beautiful school, and they take great care of Amir, great care. So with that, I decided to drive the school bus for special needs.
Right, girl, you said
I
you
wear
can
many
get
hats.
it. I understand. You got to work it out till you find where your niche is. So
Yes.
now we driving the bus because we got to make sure baby get to school safe.
That's right. That's right. So
Okay.
and so I decided to do that. I did that for a little while. And then Mir had got really sick, Carla, like really, really sick.
Wow.
So to the point where of course I had to stop working. And it was to the point where my buddy had to have a breathing tube put down his throat.
Oh no.
And it was to the point where, okay, one more illness is gonna take my baby from me. So I pleaded with the doctors. I was like, please, is there something we can do? And I remember talking to a mom. She was very sweet. And she said, Carmella, why have you ever considered, having Amir get a trach tube? So at first I was like, oh Lord, there's something else, added on. But when I tell you that saved Amir's life, because at a point where I thought my baby was not going to be here with me, he stopped
Mm,
breathing while he was on a breathing machine and he stopped breathing. And it felt like somebody just took the floor from under my feet,
I can
seeing
imagine.
them rush in and working on my baby. So I'm like, I just couldn't do it. So with all that, just thinking about all the stuff that we've been through together, me and him together, his father,
Mhm.
all of us together. I'm just reflecting back. I need to write about this superhero because
Mm,
despite everything, Amir has showed up and showed out. He
okay.
has survived, past all the odds that was given to him. So I really, really wanted to show the world that my baby is a superhero.
Okay. Many of businesses are born out of necessity, right? So you
Right.
really are just telling your story, not
Right.
thinking it's a business. It's just like, I'm telling my story. I've been through this. Maybe
Hmm.
somebody else is going through this. They might
Hmm.
need some of this. You're thinking about the
Right.
people who have helped you along the way, right? So how can you give that back? I love it. So go ahead now.
Right.
So now he's got the trach in, he's stable, and you're thinking,
Hmm.
I got to tell this story.
That's right. That's
What,
right.
what's next?
And then it's like, like I keep telling everyone, we have our Superman, we have our Batman, and it's like, who does special needs have? Like, who does the my disabled community have? Who represents them? And that's when I thought Fearless can. Amir can represent them, because every child even though, I want to show children, okay, even though I'm in a wheelchair, I'm like you. I got a new set of legs, These are my legs, Or
Mhm.
hey, I have a G tube, but this is how I eat. So I just wanted to make sure that these children are represented positively, because I don't, a lot of children are afraid or whatever. And I'm like, no, don't be afraid, come ask me. Even with Amir, children come out, even adults, and
Yeah.
they be like, oh, they're looking, they'll be like, well, what's, I'm like, oh, his name is Amir, you can say something to him or whatever. And for years, doctors didn't think he could hear. Amir can hear a pin drop. He can't see very well, but he can hear. I said, he can hear you.
Mhm.
So he responds to your touch or whatever you want to hold his hand. He will hold your hand. So I'm like, he's just like you. He's different. He's
Right.
unique.
Mhm.
Everybody's not cookie cutter.
Right.
So that's why I want to teach children that it's okay to be unique and different and love being unique. So
Gotcha.
that's my biggest thing.
Okay.
So that's what motivates me.
Okay. So did it start off as one book, or did
Yes,
you
I
always go
initially
into a series? Or
Yeah, so initially I had my first book I came out with in 2022. That's the yellow book, Fearless the Amazing Boy with Special Abilities. Then my best friend, I said, you know what, where should Fearless go next? She said, Brazil, 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 because she speaks Portuguese. So I said, oh
okay.
man, okay, we going Fearless going to Brazil.
So he's
So
traveling.
yes, he's traveling. So I started writing that story. And like Amir's stories are not just fun and adventurous, they're also educational. So in my Brazil book, I'm teaching the children a little bit of Portuguese. So there's a glossary in the back of the book that has all the little Portuguese words, and the children get to know what they mean and how to pronounce them and things of that sort.
Nice.
So then after the Brazil book, I was like, I'm gonna keep this going. So initially my plan is to write a series, of course, but where Amir travels the whole world. So
Mhm.
my next two series, the next one is where he goes to Ghana. The fourth one he goes to Japan, and then I'm starting on my fifth one. He'll be going to the UK. So
Wow.
he's going to go all around the world, and I'm also teaching children about rare diseases all around the globe. Children's, rare diseases for children. So they get to learn that and different languages. So, like I said, it's not just
Nice.
adventurous; it's educational too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that that is absolutely awesome. Do you do your illustrations yourself as well?
Carla, I can't even draw a stick figure, honey.
Hey, stay in your lane. I'm just gonna write. I'm just gonna
Oh,
write.
yeah, that's my job. No, so I have to outsource my illustrators, but my illustrator is really good. Ayan Mansour, he's from India, and
Okay.
he does an excellent job. So whatever I say, he's like, okay, I got it. I tried to get him with my second book. I said, Ayan, can you draw me a little something? Just give me a little sample of a character from I want for my second book. He said, Carmella, you know my work. Just send me
Ah,
the script.
right,
Like,
right,
girl, stop playing. Send it over
right.
to me.
Nice, nice. So you're like 4 books in now, working on your. Are you self-published? Or do you
Yes, I'm
have?
self-published, right?
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So it sounds like you guys started kind of right around when COVID was beginning.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how was that challenging because COVID was starting?
Well, yeah, initially it was because everybody was still kind of, ooh, like, nah, we can't do book writings, signings or whatever. So it was a little hard, and marketing is rough.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so it took me, and I really thank my family and friends really, because they really was my word of mouth at the time. So they're
gotcha.
like, y'all go out there and get this book. This is a good book. So they really supported me a lot with my
Yeah.
first book.
I always say when you're in business, you need a good team. You gotta have good people
Mhm.
around you, good supportive people, because it really is a team effort. It's not,
Yes.
something that you can do on your own. So it's really good. And not just, also for them to be able to say, hey, go a different direction or change up, like just people who you can trust. So when they tell you whatever it is they need to tell you,
Right.
be sure that, it's coming from a good place and it's good information. I absolutely say that all the time. So this is
Mhm.
now during COVID. You're trying to self-publish.
Mhm.
Everything is kind of online, which is a good thing. I've
Right.
always said that that's the one good thing, right, that came out of
Mhm.
COVID. Um,
Right.
we now have this whole social media thing. Now, if you were anything like me, it was a very scary place to be. and
Yeah.
a very unfamiliar place to be. I might be a little
Mhm.
older than you, so for me, it was like really tough. So how are you
Mhm.
with navigating social media for your?
So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little tough because me, I'm a face-to-face person. I like to see you and tell you about my stuff, but it's hard to convince somebody over a computer screen. You got to know the right words, your target audience, and also I'm still struggle with that. And I'm
Okay.
like, God, like what's the right word? What's the catchphrase?
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
it is rough for me because like I said, I'm a people person. I like to talk, and so social media is a beast in itself. So I rely a lot on posting a lot, or sometime here and there I do like a paid ad or whatever.
Okay.
I had a book trailer design about
Nice.
Fearless. It was so cute. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking about things since my target audience, of course, is parents, caregivers, and of course, children. I'm like, I got to have something like that's like pop
That's cute.
and that really grabs their attention. So I've been working with a lot of people to kind of help me with that, and they give me a little bit of ideas. But oh yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
share, 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 share. Y'all share my stuff, please.
Awesome. Awesome. So how long did it take you to write, let's say, a book? How long?
So Carly, it takes me about a week to write a book.
Oh wow, that's no
Yeah.
time.
Yes, ma'am. Because they're not too, they're not chapter books. They're like to me like short stories, so they
Okay.
don't take me long. But it's
Okay.
of course the illustrating is what takes it, a little bit longer. But the writing is like nothing. I can do that in a week.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice. So this from start to finish, how long would
Mhm.
you say it was?
It was. Let me see. So writing the illustrations, all that. I think a cool 2 months
Okay.
just to put everything together.
Okay. Okay. And to get the book published and out there. Okay.
Mhm.
So are you on Amazon? Are you where are you? Are
So
you
I'm
both?
on Amazon, I'm on Lulu, I'm on Barnes and Nobles. Of course, I have my own website, my personal website, and I'm on Ingram, so
Okay.
where they can like bookstores can get my book over by going through Ingram.
Got you. So if
Hmm.
you could think back, right, can you think of some things that maybe you did that you wish you would have done differently, or if you would have known differently? Can you think of any tips you can give people who may be trying to write?
Just be consistent. Consistency is key, and don't like doubt yourself. You got your idea, you better jump on it. You don't want it to sit around, linger, and then boom, somebody else comes up with the same concept or whatever that you have. So that was my thing. I was like, I want to get a story out there depicting my baby as a superhero, but how can I make it, different, appealing? So that was a process, and I had to make sure it just didn't sound so, mechanical. I wanted to make sure it was genuine and captivating. So yeah, that did take a little bit of time. And of course, me, I'm just anal. I'm like, does this sound good? Is this okay? Does this? They're like, yes, Mel, it's good.
Yeah. But you know what? I love the fact that you didn't reinvent the wheel, right? You
Right,
write
right,
books all the time, right? So you were
right.
just thinking, okay, it's a story. It's
Hmm.
already books out there. We know people read, right? So I just
Right.
got to figure out how I want to market it. And sometimes people overthink and they try to get these things that no one else has ever done. And these, and it's
Hmm.
like people like the same stuff. They just like it refreshed. I mean, I
That's
think
right.
about clothes, bell bottoms. Who would have thought anybody would be wearing those again? But
Okay.
and here
Right.
they are, right? So it's like everything else is really nothing new under the sun. Every now and again, something new comes out, but for the
Hmm.
most part, it's the same thing. You just have to figure out what your sweet spot is in that
Right.
already existing market. So
That's right.
I love the fact that you said, "Hey, I can take my own story," and
Hmm.
because it is your story, you don't have to work so hard at it because you know the story. It's
Right.
yours. You're living it, right?
Right. That's right.
So I absolutely, absolutely love that. So you've been in business for about 4 years now.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Okay. So where do you see it going? I know he's going to go to Japan, but is that the end of this series and we start another one, or you said you want him to go everywhere?
Yes, right. So I want him to go all around the globe.
Mhm.
And
Got
I'm
you.
even Miss Carla, I'm introducing a little villain.
Uh-oh.
So
Somebody's
yeah.
teasing the kids.
Yeah, no, not teasing, but
Okay.
it's gonna be like really, really good. He's gonna be not really a villain, but a mad scientist. So
Oh,
it's gonna be really, really cute, cute, cute. He'll be introduced in the Japan series. So it's gonna
okay.
be so cute. So I can't.
All
I'm really
right.
excited about the Japan series.
I see it on your face and hear it in your voice. I think that's awesome. It reminds me of Flat Stanley. I don't know if anybody knows the story of Flat Stanley. I might be telling my age, but he goes all the way around the world. So the kids draw this picture and then they just start mailing him places, and then people just take pictures with Flat Stanley
Oh
everywhere.
wow,
It
that's
reminds
great.
me of that he's traveling around. But I
Hmm.
love that it's all inclusive, right? Because there
That's
are
right.
just handicapped, disabled children everywhere
That's
that may
right.
not get an audience, right, or a
Hmm.
platform. So, the
Right.
superhero is allowing them to be able to do that. So I think that's awesome. Um,
Yes.
where do you see your business in the next 5, 10 years?
Um. Hopefully. I hope. I don't know. I guess. Um. I hope to have Fearless to be a household name by that
Okay.
time. I'm hoping to make sure my baby is a household name. They know who Fearless is, just like they knew who Mickey Mouse is. I want to make sure they know who Fearless is and what Fearless represents. That's my biggest thing.
Okay.
Biggest thing, like I don't care about nothing else. I just care about positive representation of those babies. They deserve that. They deserve their own superhero, you know. So that's the main thing.
Right.
Household name.
Somebody who looks like them, and
Hmm.
somebody that they can relate to. Exactly. That is
That's right.
absolutely awesome. So, are these hardback books, soft covers? What are they?
Both.
Okay.
They're both.
Okay. Awesome.
Hmm.
So, are you partnering with like schools or anything else?
Ooh, Miss Carl, that's my dream. I want to partner with somebody's school.
Hey.
But I have donated some books to Amir's school, of course, and then my baby boy Adrian's school as well.
Oh, okay.
Last year I had the pleasure of donating some fearless book bags
Nice.
to Adrian's school. They were so appreciative. I was able to fund 2 classrooms. And when school started, my baby came home. He said, Mommy, somebody had on a fearless book bag.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you next. Have you put him on anything else? A doll, a
Oh yeah.
basket? You said, yeah.
Yes, I have. So I put him on the book bags I donated. He has mugs, t-shirts. I have those nice tumblers. Of course I have books. He has coloring books out.
Okay.
He has a comic book out. Um, and dolls. I'm glad you mentioned dolls. So here's my little buddy right here.
Right. How cute
Yeah.
is that?
So these will hopefully be out. I'm praying hopefully by the summer. So these will be story dolls. So I'm hoping the children could press his foot and have both of my stories going to be loaded onto there so they can hear the story. But what will be unique about my toy is that they'll be adapted as well. So Amir uses a switch device that
Mhm.
you can record messages and stuff on when you want him to respond. But with my story doll, it'll be the same. I want them to be able to hook their switch devices up to the doll. And when they run to play it, they'll just push that switch button and it plays my story. And it tells them, like, okay, if I take my hand off my switch, my story doll will stop playing. So that's what is in the making. And I'm hoping to have that done by the summertime.
Really nice, nice. And that's one thing I say about business. I was talking to someone earlier, and she was like, "You got a lot going on with your business." I said, "Listen, because when this one ain't paying, this one's got to pay. When this one
That's,
ain't paying, that one's got to pay."
that's right. You
Worry
got
about what they're
to
doing, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so you got to have a whole lot of diversification, many streams
Mhm.
of income, right? So,
That's
and
right.
especially with something like that, you can capitalize on that in so many
Mhm.
ways. And I love the fact that you donated. I mean, in business, sometimes you have to give to
Mhm.
get,
That's right.
so you have to give a little bit, get your name out there,
Mhm.
have people touch and feel the products, like you said, and then
Mhm.
through that word of mouth,
Mhm.
it's able to grow and get bigger. And I love the fact that he's traveling. That means all those things can travel too, right?
That's right.
I can
That's
mail
right.
my book bag overseas and or anything else that I need to do. So I love the fact that you thought about,
Mhm.
the places and the things and he looks so soft too. He looks
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah. He's a soft plush dog.
yeah,
He is
see,
like
I
he's really
love
soft. Yes.
yeah,
So
I love that he's soft. I love that he's African American as well because our
mhm.
community has a tendency to be a little underserved
Yeah,
when it comes to dolls and toys and just representation in general.
that's right.
So I love, and you know what else I love? I love that you made him a superhero and not put him in a wheelchair or put him with,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And I love
Right.
that because yes, we know that there are disabilities and that's the case, but what we want to represent to them is that they can do anything. They can still live their life.
Right.
So by making him a superhero, I absolutely love the message
Yeah.
that is behind that. So I think that was very thoughtful
Mhm.
to do it that way, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Carla.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's all the years spent in school, but I absolutely do love that you did it in that particular way, and I think that other people will find that wonderful because they want their children to know that they're like everybody else. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
That
That's
there's a lot
right.
of differences. So I absolutely love that. I know we have to be conscious of your time because I know that you have to give them your medicine, like you said. But how
Mhm.
old is Amir now?
Amir, he's 8 years old.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
My
So
buddy
he's
is 8.
doing good. Love to hear that.
Yes.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful. So, any parting words for people who want to write or
Mhm.
who are just starting a business? I know there's wonderful things about it, but there's not so wonderful things. So, on here, we
Yeah.
tell it all. So,
Right, right.
any parting words you want to share?
Um, like I said, just be sure of what you want to do. Don't doubt yourself and just be consistent. And try to get you some help. Like me, I'm doing it all, by myself. But I'm thankful for like my family and my friends, especially my mom. She's there. My sister, she passed away from leukemia last
Mhm.
year, and that was my cheerleader. She was like, "Okay, Mela, what's next? What we gonna do?" So that was, pretty hard losing her. But my mom has been a great support. And make sure, you have a good support system, so you won't get burned out. Write your goals out. Okay, what can I do? This and that, or what can wait? What do I need now? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Finances, funding. So
Yeah.
it's a lot to running a business, and I'm finding a little by little. I'm like, ooh, this is a lot.
Because
So
in addition to that, you still have to be a mom. You still have to
that's
be a wife.
right,
You have two sons. You have to deal with
right.
Amir's care. So yeah, it's a lot to do, and being organized
Hmm.
has to be at the top of that list to be able to get everything done,
Hmm.
right? So
That's right. So
definitely not.
yeah.
Where can people find you if they want to buy uh,
Mhm.
the book? I know you named them, rattled them all pretty. I don't know if you ever said your website.
Yeah, so my website is www.capublishingllc.com.
Okay.
So that's me. And
And
then if you just go, like, you can go on Google and just type in Fearless, the amazing boy with special abilities, everything about us will pop up.
okay.
I've done a couple of magazines, features. And all my, like, the books and stuff, it'll tell you the sites that all the books is on. And
Nice, nice.
yeah, so
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but I recently came across it. Master P now has
mm,
this. I'm gonna call it a show. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's on YouTube or something. But he allows you to send in your products, and he tests them out. And if he likes them, he talks about them and
oh,
all the
nice.
things. Because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna send Master P something.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but but things like that. I also think about Tabitha Brown. Just
Hmm.
getting your stuff out there to people who have a footprint, right? That's what you need to
Hmm.
do. But I haven't seen things like that, so I think those would be some great places for you to get that out to, get it in the hands of the people. Okay. Well, I appreciate you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me. And I'm going to repeat myself because I was talking on mute earlier. Y'all don't even know what it took for us to get here. It was just a whole lot of drama into
Right.
this. But I'm so glad we made it work because it was so good and so interesting. But again, you can
Mhm.
find me on YouTube, CLM Custom Designs. Please go and subscribe. If you have not been able to be with us live in the chat, it will be on replay on my channel. You can go and pick it up there. Again, I have interviews every 2 weeks with all kinds of great people. So make sure that you hang around, you connect to them. We love networking. We're, just a great group of people who like to see small businesses win.
That's
And
right.
that's what we are about. So thank you so much for everyone who joined us. Oh, you're a new sub, Geraldine? Thank you. We appreciate it over here.
All right. Y'all
Thanks so much
subscribe.
thanks so much for hanging out with us in the chat. I'm gonna let you get back to your son so you can take care of him.
All
I'm
right.
gonna end this though. If you want to stay on one more quick second while I end this live stream, Carmella.